We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
All right, so good afternoon, everybody. We'll continue from the yesterday's discussion on how to implement V by F control method. So for the sake of continuity, let's catch up what we are discussing. We are discussing at present scalar control of AC motor drives. So in that we are discussing the induction motor drives. In that we are discussing how to control the speed of induction motor. And in that we have so far discussed the best method to control speed of induction motor is to change its synchronous speed. If the synchronous speed is changed, the rotor speed or motor speed always follows the synchronous speed, so it also changes. And you cannot change synchronous speed by changing frequency alone, because then the flux will get disturbed. So the method which we have developed so far is that we change voltage and frequency both in a gradual manner such that the V by F ratio is constant. That is called V by F control method of induction motor drive. Yesterday we had discussed how to implement. So the problem was that we have the frequency and voltage both fixed. As you can see, this is what is available from the supply electricity board. While we require variable voltage and variable frequency such that the ratio of V by F is constant from 0 up to the rated frequency or rated speed. So to achieve from this point to this point, we need to basically have intermediate these two items. A rectifier to convert it into DC, and then an inverter so that we can have a variable voltage, variable frequency. So there are different means for achieving the same. What different means we have? Voltage source inverter. In that I can have a step inverter, or I can have a PWM inverter, or I can use current source inverter. We had discussed about the step inverter and PWM inverter in yesterday's class. Today, mostly we would like to discuss about current source inverters. This was the block diagram scheme. If I want to use voltage source inverter, I assume DC supply is available. Say through rectifier DC supply is available, or through battery it is available. And this is the reference. Reference means required speed. जिस स्पीड पे मोटर को चलाना है वो यहाँ पे देंगे, तो धीरे से वो उस स्पीड पे इंक्रीज करेगी. जैसे हमने कल बताया था, किसी मोटर को मुझे 50% स्पीड पे चलाना है और स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं 0 से, तो सीधा तो उस स्पीड पे नहीं ले जाएंगे, धीरे धीरे ग्रेजुअली इंक्रीज करेंगे. उसके लिए ये डिले है. उस फ्रीक्वेंसी के साथ how much voltage is to be applied, that is decided by this flux control block, which is nothing but deciding V by F ratio, which should relate to the rated flux, right? So accordingly, such a voltage and frequency commands are given that controller produces required firing pulses of the inverter, so that required voltage is produced over here, which is having required frequency, requires magnitude, right? So this was the option at which step inverter you require control rectifier to change the magnitude of the output waveform over here, which will be a square wave, of course, not sine wave, pure sine wave. But as per the you know that Fourier series analysis, that any periodic waveform is having a fundamental sine wave plus its harmonics. So main fundamental harmonics will be predominant, which we will be using over here, right? So this part is used to control magnitude of voltage or to get variable voltage, and variable frequency is through the reference frequency which we are giving over here to inverter. जिस तरह से इसको fire करेंगे जिस frequency पे, accordingly this square wave will be there. So frequency of square wave will be frequency of the output over here, and this magnitude is decided by magnitude of the control rectifier, right? So this controller is helping us in giving this particular control, right? Now, step inverters, which we had discussed yesterday, can control only frequency. Inverter control rectifier additionally is required for voltage control. AC waveform is square wave, so harmonics are there. And the answer or solution to this problem was that why not to use PWM inverters? So PWM inverters can have magnitude variation of voltage as well as frequency of the three-phase AC output. Both can be achieved from the PWM inverter. So you can use uncontrolled rectifier. You know, uncontrolled rectifier is having diode rectifier is having a lot of advantages. It is a cheap, it is having better power factor, and so on and so forth. So this method is something which we are popularly using in V/F control method when voltage source inverters are in use. Right? These are the features. It can control both frequency and voltage. It can work with uncontrolled rectifier. Only challenge is that you need to have to produce PWM pulses. This method is popularly used, and harmonics are less, and you can eliminate a particular order of harmonics also. There is a particular special PWM technique for harmonic elimination also. This is once again the same, but here the switches are shown. So in short, when you have a square wave or a step inverter, the output is going to be in this fashion. One half cycle, one square wave, the other cycle, other half wave. So on average, you have a fundamental in this fashion. Let me try to draw the fundamental. It will be in this fashion, right? So the RMS value of fundamental is given by √2 divided by pi into VD, where VD is nothing but the DC voltage. DC voltage is this height, which is a DC link voltage. If I take back to the previous slide, this is your VD, right? And in our case, this intermediate voltage is VD, which is a rectified DC voltage, right? So once again, so how much required voltage is there that we can find out, and for that how much should be the DC voltage that we can calculate using this formula. And so I can give a command to control rectifier in such a fashion that it produces the required DC output, and so we get the required AC output. So this is how a step wave inverter is controlled, or a square wave inverter is controlled. If a PWM inverter is there, it will be having output in this fashion. So this is the height of the pulse is called VD, and the RMS value, where is my pen? Yeah. So RMS value of this AC will be given by M into VD divided by 2 √2, where VD you already know DC voltage. M is called modulation index, and this is the most important or new item which we are coming across. So we can change the value of modulation index to get variable voltage, and frequency we can change by the firing pulses sequence, right? So this is how modulation index M is helping us. There are different modulation techniques which you already must have learned in your power electronics too. If not, we can discuss it in some other lecture separately, because it's a big separate topic. But modulation index over here is a ratio of two voltages, and a modulation index is less than or equal to 1. When it is equal to 1, that means full square wave is there, and when it is less, that means number of pulses in half cycle, number of times you are switching off the device. So what are options if you want to implement voltage source inverter fed induction motor? One option is that you can use DC supply and a chopper to get variable DC voltage, and then a 6-step inverter. or you can have a 3-phase AC, you can use control rectifier, then you can use a 6-step inverter. Mind well, these are step inverters or square wave inverters. Or you can use a fixed DC supply and you have a PWM inverter, or you have a diode bridge with source AC and you can use a PWM inverters. All different options are there with you. Now, today's topic, we would like to discuss what is the option of CSI fed induction motor drive. CSI means current source inverter. So this is the basic fundamental. If I have a voltage source, I know I can replace it by current source. A voltage source means it provides constant voltage between two terminals, and a current source means it injects constant amount of current at its terminals, right? So if Vs is the supply voltage, we can eliminate we can replace it with the current source over here. So this is the approximate equivalent circuit of induction motor, which I can modify just by replacing voltage source over here by a current source. So I can say the rotor current over here can be expressed in terms of the source current Is in this fashion, and this current is producing the torque. You can see the torque equation of induction motor is now represented in terms of the Is square. We were getting torque proportional to voltage square originally in case of VSI, but here we are getting torque proportional to the source current square in this fashion. So torque is proportional to Ia square. In short, motor torque and hence speed of induction motor can be controlled by controlling current of the current source. So if you control induction motor in this fashion, it is called current source inverter fed induction motor drive. Now, speed versus torque characteristics of CSI fed induction motor for different values of current will be in this fashion. You can see this is the rated characteristics over here, and for different values of stator source current, when you can reduce the value of current, आप उसके rated value से ज़्यादा तो जा नहीं सकते हो, तो for different values, जैसे voltage में हम कम करते थे, उसी तरह से आप यहाँ पे current कम कर रहे हो. It is similar to the stator voltage control method only, but here we are representing in terms of source current or stator current, right? So this is the group of characteristics which we get with CSI fed induction motor drives. Circuit कैसे रहेगी? तो करंट सोर्स इन्वर्टर फेड इंडक्शन मोटर ड्राइव की सर्किट इस तरह से रहेगी. आप देख सकते हो कि यहाँ पे वी हैव यूज्ड थायरिस्टर्स एंड नॉट द BJTs or MOSFETs or IGBTs. Why? Because CSI fed drives are used for large rating machines, and for large rating items or for large rating power electronic devices, we have only option of thyristors. These days we are getting IGBTs with the larger and larger rating, and so we are able to replace it. But for the sake of theory part, we can still note that thyristors are the largest power rating power electronic devices available. So thyristor use करके हमने ये सर्किट बनाई है, एंड इस सर्किट में आप देख सकते हो कि डायोड एंड कैपेसिटर्स एडिशनल है, जिसको हमने यूज किया है फॉर कम्यूटेशन, बिकॉज थायरिस्टर्स आर नॉट सेल्फ कम्यूटेटिंग, जबकि इसमें इसको यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे ऑफ और ऑन करना पड़ेगा, तभी जाके मुझे AC मिलेगा, मतलब पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव हाफ साइकिल्स. So for that we have additional arrangements in this fashion. So diode D1 to D6 and capacitors C1 to C6 are used for commutation, that is turn off करने के लिए thyristors को. T1 to T6 are fired with phase difference of 60 degree as usual. Inverter behaves as a current source due to presence of large inductor LD in a DC link. It's worth representing this. This is the most important part. Inductor LD. कभी कोई भी वोल्टेज सोर्स के सीरीज में जब आप बड़ा सा इंडक्टर लगा देते हो तो करंट जल्दी से चेंज नहीं हो सकता, ऑलमोस्ट कांस्टेंट हो जाता है. दैट मींस दिस कॉम्बिनेशन इज बिहेविंग एज अ वोल्टेज सोर्स. माइंड वेल, प्रैक्टिकली कोई भी अवेलेबल करंट सोर्स होता नहीं है. मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस करंट सोर्स आर रियलाइज्ड बाय वोल्टेज सोर्स इन सीरीज विद अ वेरी लार्ज इंडक्टर, जबकि यहाँ पे एलडी इंडक्टर से हमने इसको रियलाइज किया है. ठीक है, so let's get on with that. So inverter behaves as a current source due to presence of large inductor LD in DC link. The fundamental, see the waveform is going to be like this. यहाँ पे हम voltage waveform नहीं, current waveform दिखाएंगे because it is a current source inverter. So you can see over here that ISV is actually √6 divided by pi into ID. So actually आपको कंट्रोल करना है ID, जिससे आप कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे the IS value, and उसके लिए क्या कंट्रोल करना होगा? You have to control the DC link voltage VDC, which was shown in the figure previously. तो AC सोर्स है तो वो DC को कंट्रोल करने के लिए you require control rectifier, and अगर DC सोर्स है तो chopper is required to vary VDC. We'll show it in a block diagram like this. You can see this intermediate voltage over here is called VD. When you control VD, you can control the value of ID, and indirectly you can control the current of this particular current source inverter fed induction motor drive. If you have a DC supply, you use chopper to get the variation in VD and ultimately current ID, and ultimately the variation in the current source inverter current IS. So what are the features of CSI fed induction motor drives? First and foremost, it is used for very large rating machines only. For normal drives, we generally use VSI fed drives only. But what are the features? First is reliability is more. Now, what do you mean by reliability? Reliability means whenever in need, it is not going to fail. The problem with the inverter is that you have two devices in one leg. एक vertical leg में जो दो device होती है, दोनों एक साथ अगर on हो गई तो आपका source short हो जाएगा, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं commutation failure. तो उस case में dangerous high current will be flowing and both the devices will get burned out, damage हो जाएगी, right? Thermal damage हो जाएगी. So उस case में heavy current will be there if it is a VSI. But CSI में आप देखोगे large inductor LD will come in series even if both the devices are getting short circuited. So this makes it more reliable. Commutation failure cannot cause very high current due to large inductor LD. तो ये safety की तरह काम करता है. Motor with low leakage reactance is to be used क्योंकि यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि current change होता है. आपने you must have seen जो हमने जो waveform देखे. This waveform shows that current is changing in this quick succession. So LDI by dt, large voltage spikes will be produced. और इसके लिए L बहुत कम होना चाहिए, नहीं तो voltage spikes बहुत ज़्यादा होंगे. इसीलिए we have to use motor with low leakage reactance in CSI fed induction motor drives. Due to large LD and capacitors, this is a bulky and a costly device. So very rarely used for very large rating machines only. जिस rating के हमारे पास MOSFET IGBT नहीं हो वहीं पे हम इसको यूज करते हैं, वरना it is not much useful. Used for very large rating motors, already had discussed about the same, right? So this was about the CSI fed induction motor drives. Once again इसका हम लोग जो हमने स्टार्ट किया था देख लेते हैं. Torque equation represented in terms of stator current. Torque is proportional to IS square. Motor torque and hence speed of induction motor can be controlled by the source current. Source current realize अगर हम अलग-अलग current control करेंगे current source inverter का तो इस type से characteristics मिलेगी मुझे. And this is how the CSI is realized. आप देख सकते हो thyristors use होते हैं यहाँ पे. एक large inductor है volt VD के series में. And commutation then okay, so this was the mathematical background of it. This is how you can realize CSI fed induction motor drive. Reliability is more, commutation failure is not there, so protection inbuilt है इसमें. And motor with low leakage reactance is used to be used over here. ये हमारी requirement है. Large LD की वजह से और capacitor की वजह से ये bulky और costly हो जाता है. इसका volume और weight दोनों ज़्यादा है. So this method is rarely used. It is used only for very large rating motors, right? So that's all for from my side for today. Tomorrow we are going to discuss the comparison of CSI fed and VSI fed induction motor drives, and then we'll switch on to the closed loop control of VSI fed induction motor drive, and then we'll discuss doubly fed induction motor drives. Doubly fed induction motor drives हम लोग यूज करते हैं विंड मिल्स में, जहाँ पे इसको हम लोग विंड इंडक्शन जनरेटर भी बोल सकते हैं, राइट? So we'll discuss basics of it in that particular section. So most probably these 2 days, आज Wednesday हो गया, Thursday and Friday, we would like to conclude the scalar control of induction motor drive so that we can start with the vector control of induction motor drive in our next week. We'll not have any sessions on Saturdays and Sundays where you can relax, right? So that's all from my side. Do you have any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you for joining. So I'll see you tomorrow then. Bye.
Bye.